Good morning. Good morning, my beautiful friends. This is your wake up call with Maui Paul. I am Maui Paul. We are here today to say some nice things about ourselves. I say thank you to everybody for being here. Good morning, Frank. Let's see here. 78 degrees this weekend. Oh, man, that's awesome, Frank. I'd be coming, but I have a little bit of other stuff to be doing right now. Good morning, Marie. Wonderful to see you here today. Good morning, Susan and Lane. Let's see. Good morning, Dan and Lauren. Good to see you guys also. Thanks so much for being here. Looks like Pepper put up a question of the day. What is your greatest strength? Oh my goodness, mine at this point is figuring out how to keep my eyes open. Is my greatest strength right now. I would say that for me, a greatest strength is just consistency. Doing the same thing the same way all the time, and being willing to do it no matter what. Um, well, let's see what you guys have to say. Let's see here. So Dan says, greatest strength is my ability to hold my tongue. I can hold mine too. It's like this. Let's see here. That's pretty funny. Honestly, Dan, that's a pretty great strength. The tongue is the most unruly of all the muscles. All the stuff that exists inside of our heart will come out of our mouth. And when we are not careful, man, our when we let our tongue get away from us, it is far more dangerous than any other muscle that we allow to get away from us. Let's see. So let's see here. All right, I do have the dad jokes already. Uh, Sean says my greatest strength is honesty. I like that, Shauna. That's a great. It is. It does increase my blood pressure. Yeah, it does, Dan. It increases mine too when I have to hold my tongue. I'm like, I mean, I really don't want to say things, but I know it wouldn't be wise for me to say these things. Oh, excuse me. Anyways, this is the wake up call with a barely awake Paul. Man, I had a long night last night. Well, it wasn't any longer than any other night, but it was definitely not filled with quite as much sleep. Let's see here. All right, so let's have some fun, guys. Pepper has very wonderfully and graciously put up a card for me today, so that I don't have to do it. And so let's do what we do every morning. I'm gonna pull the card that Pepper has selected and ask you if you are the affirmation on the card, and we are going to respond out loud together. I am that affirmation. As we do, we are building into our own lives. We are changing up our own understanding. And most importantly, we are setting ourselves up for success today. So let's have some fun. Let's pull a card and say that today I am empowered. I am empowered. I celebrate my ability to change and adapt. So I am empowered. I celebrate my ability to change and adapt. Are you empowered? You are empowered. You celebrate your ability to change and adapt. I'm going to write that down in the comments. I encourage you guys to do the same thing. I am empowered. I celebrate my ability to change and adapt. Boy, have I been having to do a lot of changing and adapting recently.
Changing a diaper.
A lot of changing a diaper, Pepper says. Oh, she's got the dad jokes too.
Yeah, the mom jokes.
Yeah, but indeed, I have been doing a lot of changing recently and adaptation. Just adapting my schedule, adapting my workflows, basically adapting my entire life. Excuse me, to accommodate a tiny human. So I am an empowered person, and I believe that I am empowered because while I'm adapting my whole life to accommodate the tiniest human that is currently living with us, um, that was something that I did as an intentional choice. I remember that somebody, basically, Pepper was maybe 7 months pregnant. Somebody came up to me and they're like, "Oh man, this must be a surprise for you." I'm like, "No, actually, it wasn't a surprise for us. It was an intentional choice." And they looked at me like I had two heads. Like, why on earth would you make that intentional choice? And of course, we made it for our own reasons, but primarily because it is an honor to raise the next generation. And the best way to change the world is to raise the next generation of people who are going to live in it. And so that it was an empowered choice that we made, and we understood that there were going to be, like a whole lot of shit and not inability to sleep on a normal schedule. That was just going to be part and parcel with it. And then we chose it anyways because empowerment is not about always choosing the things that we want. It is about choosing the things that is about making intentional choices, making intentional trade-offs, about deciding what it is that we desire and then moving forward on that thing regardless of what of what all the various pluses and minuses of it are. It's about moving forward with our eyes open. And so as we do make different choices, we're going to end up in different life situations, and then those different situations are going to are going to cause us to have to change and adapt. I ain't even gonna try to hide these yawns. So I am empowered today. I celebrate my ability to change and adapt, and I know that you are as well. I'm not the first person to have to adapt in these ways, and I certainly won't be the last. And so, but in the end, I made a conscious choice, a conscious decision, and that is what being empowered is all about. And so, consider the last time that you made a conscious decision that was going to have, was going to have a an outsized impact on your life, and how empowering that is, how empowering that makes us feel, how empowered that we are when we choose the things which are in accordance with our highest values, even though we know that it's going to require us to adapt, it's going to require us to make changes, sometimes really big changes. So I'm empowered today. You are empowered as well. And so let's make sure that as we're going through our days today, that as we're making the choices that are good for us, as we're making the choices that are bringing us to become the people that we were born to be, let's make sure that we are changing and adapting joyfully. Let's make sure that we are that we are um, yeah that we are moving in the direction that we want to intentionally, and that in the end, as we do all this fun stuff, that we are happy about the choices that we make. In the end, I didn't get all that much sleep last night, or well, I have been getting plenty of sleep. I've just been getting weird schedules, and so sometimes sometimes those schedules line up with my commitments and sometimes they don't. But in the end, I'm still getting enough. I'm still, my heart's still beating. I'm still doing my thing. And uh and, and so this is something that is going to be, this has always been a theme in my life. This is just the newest manifestation of it. So uh so today we're going to be presented with all manner of choices. Let's make the choices that are bringing us in the direction that is most important to us. All right, my beautiful friends, I will talk to you tomorrow at 9 a.m. We'll come back with another one of these. Perhaps Persephone is going to allow me to sleep in a time that is conducive to me being more awake for this. But for right now, I'm going to go right back to bed. I'm going to put her down in between my thighs. She's going to go to sleep. I'm going to go to sleep. And the both of us are going to feel very empowered in our choices. And I'll be up again in about 3 hours, a lot better equipped to face the day. And she'll be up again in about 3 hours because she is going to have an empty stomach and a full diaper. I can guarantee that that's how it's going to be. Anyways, I love you. I care about you. I think you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being on the wake up call. Again, good morning to all the folks who are here. Um, let's see here. So, uh, if only my chat would load up. There it goes. So good morning again to Frank, and I am very interested in coming and visiting you, Frank, and maybe when a kiddo has an immune system, we love what you're doing. We think that what you're doing is right now is definitely something that is in our future. Good morning, Marie. Good morning, Susan. Good morning, Lane. Again, thank you for being here. Good morning, Dad Jokes. You are my dad joke inspiration. Thanks again for being here, Lauren, as well. I know Robert also popped in. Let's see here. All right. Good morning again to Shauna. think that is everybody who left a comment. If I missed you, I'm sorry, but I'll return again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, I love you. I appreciate you. I care about you. I'm about to go care for myself and also for my daughter. And but until we meet again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Aloha from paradise.